If the Hong Kong government thought its last-minute back-down would keep more people at home, this was Hong Kong's answer. Protesters filled the length of the route of the march and spilled over into adjoining streets. Well before the scheduled start time, the crowds began forming at the starting point. They say Hong Kong's freedoms within China are being further eroded and are calling on the chief executive, Carrie Lam, to quit.
We will not stop until we get true democracy in Hong Kong. Because even if Carrie Lam stepped down, the system is still unfair. We do not have true democracy. We do not have fair election.
Most protesters wore black to show their anger towards Lam and the Hong Kong police. And many carried white flowers in memory of a man who fell to his death the night before the march while putting up a protest banner. The incident adding to a sense of bitterness towards a government they say doesn't listen to them.
I don't think the government will listen to us, but at least we have to stand out.
Does Carrie Lam support your city?
Do you think it supports our city? That's the biggest joke in the world.
They have a joke with us, so I think the government is very bad now.
This is the second major march in as many weeks, protesting against a controversial extradition bill the government has been trying to introduce. Critics say it would allow China to extradite political opponents to face summary trial in mainland courts. Protesters want that bill withdrawn altogether. And they're also angry at the way the police dealt with last week's occupation of streets around the local Legislative Council building. The organisers have made this not just about the extradition bill, but also a protest against what they say was the excessive use of force by police in breaking up what was largely a peaceful demonstration last Wednesday. Some of the most violent scenes on Hong Kong streets in years. Carrie Lam has promised to consult more closely with Hong Kong people over the proposed legislation and insists she hears their voices. Today, it must be difficult not to hear them. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Hong Kong.